Hey everyone, 𝘧𝘂𝘕𝑗𝑒𝑃S here for CSM Practice. We're here at Pulse Conference 2022 at the Rocket Lane booth, and they are sponsoring our video series to cover what's going on at Pulse Conference. And I have Sri here with me with Ben Saitz from Netskope. Ben, how's the conference been so far?
It's been great. I'm just really impressed with the community that Gainsight has created for CSMs, and we have a team of CSMs and just always trying to learn more about how to help our customers get value out of our software, get all the goodness out of the Gainsight platform. And so just really good chance to connect with the community and learn more about Gainsight.
Awesome. So you just recently taken on this new role at Netskope. Netskope is a fairly big company. How many are you now?
I think we're 2,500 or so. I've been with the company for about 4 months now.
About 4 months. So as an executive at a company, fairly new, coming to a conference, what are your main takeaway that you're hoping to take back to your team, to your work? Why was this so important to do right now at this junction?
I just think the importance of the CSM team helping drive value for our customers, which really contributes to our company's NRR and GRR. I think we know that, but I think we kind of get a little bit lost in the day-to-day. And I find that coming here, hearing Nick and Carl and the team, other customers explain the things they've learned, I think it just reinvigorates me and my team who's with me here about the importance of the role we play, and we've got to keep finding new ways to innovate what we do. And so just a really good chance to stop the day-to-day work and actually think more about how can we do it differently and better.
Yeah, how to optimize. Well, how many team members do you have right now?
My team is about a little under 300 globally.
And of that, how many customer success managers?
60 customer success managers.
Wow, that's a big team. So how many of them actually did you bring? Did you mainly focus on team managers, or how did you choose?
We're organized globally to be in the markets where our customers are, and then partner with our sales teams to figure out how to align resources with customers based on value. So we have higher touch CSMs for our larger global customers, and then a little bit more of a scaled model for our smaller customers.
Okay, and of those, who did you bring to the conference?
To the conference? 2 main folks. So my VP of Global CSM, so he's obviously my partner in crime in how we run the business and measure the business. And then the guy who runs the tools. So he's not my administrator, he kind of is my shared services leader. So he's looking at tools, programs, analytics across my entire organization, of which Gainsight's a tremendously important one.
Would you say that latter person is your CS Ops?
Yes, well said. Okay. Probably a more succinct way of saying it than I did, yes.
I'm curious, you've been here for sessions for 2 days. What are 2 ideas that you took away that you're going to actually try out at Netskope?
I think we want to look more at the adoption journey for our customers. I think we really have to figure out ways to do it in a more repeatable, automated way. I think that is certainly one. And then before Netskope, I had the pleasure of working for Tableau for a bunch of years. And so I've seen a lot of examples that have reminded me about the importance of data. And so we have a bunch of data at Netskope, but we've got a little bit of work to do to get to the level of data, analytics, insights that I'm accustomed to. And I think this conference has reminded me about the importance of not just how we run the business and measure the business, how we share our customer insights with cross-functional teams like engineering. And I think that was one of the things that really I left with. We've got to get really crisp on using data, advocating with engineering. I think Carl said it's stack ranking the things that are important to us. And so I think we do that. It's just not as coordinated and as mature as I think it needs to be.
So obviously data cleanup and leveraging data, like data analytics, is at the core of every company that wants to start making data-driven decisions and getting optimization in a way that really makes an impact. Because otherwise you could just pick stuff, but they're not necessarily the thing you should really be doing to get maximum value. So that's a big takeaway. Did you get any takeaway around your segmentation or enablement model for your high-touch teams?
Not as much on the segmentation, but the enablement, yes. I think we've got a lot of work to do to basically go back to basics and say, let's talk about our customer journey post-sale.
Right.
And how do we want the handoff to go from sales, professional services, customer success, and then all the onboarding there. We have several products too. And so we also have to look at different products and what's the right journey for each product for our customers. And some customers buy some products and not others. So we've also got to think about ways to package it up so we can basically provide our customers with a tailored offering for ramping, enablement, and adoption. And it's not just the onboarding. I think we talk a lot about onboarding, but for us, we're obviously in the SaaS business, and one of the benefits is we can innovate a lot. So we've got a lot of feature releases. We just bought 2 companies. And so how do we continually find ways to help our customers take advantage of the new features? So we have a new release with new capabilities.
Yeah.
How do we help them understand what kind of value they can realize and help them get those adopted quickly? I think we just really focus on that onboarding. But what about every month or quarter when there's new goodies to take advantage of?
What's like one thing that you saw here at the conference that you thought, ooh, that's cool, we should be doing that too with that?
Measuring the enablement. I think we do a lot of good things and share a lot of content with our customers, but what I've seen here today from Gainsight and companies like Rocket Lane is the level of sophistication, repeatability, which contributes to scale, and then to measurement. So you can actually get much more granular measurement of customers engaging with onboarding and adoption materials far more than we have today, and I'm excited to help us do that.
Since you said you're new to Netskope, I'm curious, what's your plan for, what do you want to accomplish the first 6 months?
My goal is, one, being the first chief customer officer, is really build the team and company to be customer-centric and actually live it and prove it. Not just say it, but actually do we have company-wide goals, company-wide measures that actually help us ensure when we say we're customer-centric, we actually back that up. That's one. 2, just operational effectiveness to make sure all my teams have good data, analytics, goals, business plans. We use OKRs. So getting those kind of things in place, and then really just listening to customers. And so I think what I've enjoyed the most is either virtually or on the road is just spending time with customers and telling and asking them questions like, how are we doing? How can we do better? What parts of our team do you like working with? What other companies do you work with where we can learn from? And so I really want to make my team a learning team. And so everything we look at, whether it's a goal or a metric or a program, we want to win some, we're going to lose some, but are we learning? We asking questions, we're being curious. And so my job when talking to customers is 2 ears, 1 mouth. So I want to listen a lot about their experiences, what do they like, what could we do better? Because I think if we're listening and learning and being willing to put those improvements in place, I think we can continue to make our journey better for our customers.
Well, you have a very unique situation where, well, not that unique, but it's kind of like unique in the sense of, you're not a startup, you just went through a series of acquisitions, you work globally. And I think every company that has that sort of setup needs to ask itself multiple questions like, okay, so as I'm designing the customer journey, how much of it am I going to standardize across all of my products? So there's the Netskope way of doing things versus how much do I customize it for that product? And if I do customize it a lot, do I then assign a CSM only for those customers that have specific products? Or do I then teach them all the product? Like, do they stop being a technical resource? So have you considered any of that? I'm sure there's some things that are already in place that you inherited. But what is your vision? Like, what would be the optimal solution based on what you've heard today?
That's a great question. You kind of touched on this. We could look at things by tiers and segments. We could look at things by products and specialties. Yeah. We could look at things by verticals. So I've been through that where you verticalize by financial services, B2B, retail. I don't know the answer yet for our business. What I do know is I want consistency because that means we can identify what is a great experience and make it repeatable. And it's okay if there's exceptions, but we have to start with the baseline of repeatable excellence for every customer. This way we know every single customer is going to get a consistently high quality experience. And if we have to make some deviations here and there, that's okay, but we start with something we know that works. We can iterate on that, but it doesn't scale to have everyone do their own playbook. And so that's what we're working on a lot on now. I want every QBR what is the best QBR I've ever done, and then make that repeatable with all of our CSMs, for example.
I think that's totally doable, right?
I think so. I think there's a little bit of a false dichotomy of scale or excellence, or scale or customer centricity. I think it's actually all very similar. You find the best model you have to get a customer onboarded and then repeat it. Yeah. And as long as you're listening and learning and open to improving it and committed to improving it, you just make it better.
Absolutely. Do you have any main takeaways besides data analytics and repeatable processes?
No, I think it's just great that the new model of subscription. And Nick started. This is the business we're in. We're in the business of partnering with our customers to really deliver the kind of value they expect. And the economy is in all kinds of change right now. And so how do you get laser focused on the outcomes that they're expecting? And so I think it just reaffirms we have really, really important jobs for our customers and for the companies that employ us. And so it's just good to go home and be fired up about how important the work is and the kind of impact we can have.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. Guys, if you like this video, Give it a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I hope to see you next year at Pulse 2023.